Ever wondered what your newborn baby is trying to communicate to you? It's like trying to decipher a secret code, isn't it? The cries, the movements, the sounds, they all seem to be telling you something, but what? Don't worry, you're not alone in this. Many parents find themselves in a similar situation. But today, we're here to help you crack that code. We're going to explore the world of baby communication and reveal to you 18 crucial clues that your baby uses to convey their needs and feelings. We'll delve into the different types of cries your baby might use, the sounds they make, the movements they show, the facial expressions they pull, and the sleep signs they give off. Each of these categories holds a wealth of information about what your baby is trying to tell you. So are you ready? Stay tuned as we delve into the world of baby communication. Crying is a baby's primary means of communication. Let's decode the types of cries. First, let's talk about the hunger cry. This cry is typically low-pitched and rhythmic. You might notice suckling or searching behaviors before your baby starts to cry, as if they are looking for something to soothe their hunger. Next is the discomfort cry. If your baby has a wet diaper, gas, or feels uncomfortable, you may hear a high-pitched, sharp cry. This is their way of telling you that something isn't right, and they need your help to fix it. Now let's move on to the tiredness cry. When your baby is tired, they can become fussy and let out a high-pitched, hiccup-like cry. It's their way of saying, "I've had enough for the day and I'm ready for some sleep." Lastly, we have the attention-seeking cry. Your baby might whimper or let out short cries if they want you to play with them, hold them, or show them some attention. It's their way of saying, "Hey, I'm here and I want some company." Differentiating between these cries can be challenging at first. However, as you spend more time with your baby, you'll start to pick up on the subtle differences. You'll recognize the rhythmic pattern of a hunger cry, the sharpness of a discomfort cry, the hiccup-like sound of a tiredness cry, and the whimpering of an attention-seeking cry. Remember, crying is your baby's way of communicating with you. It's how they express their needs. So when your baby cries, they're not just making noise. They're trying to tell you something. They're saying, "I'm hungry, I'm uncomfortable, I'm tired, or I need some attention." So the next time your baby cries, take a moment to listen. Try to decode their cry. What are they trying to tell you? Once you understand their cry, you can respond to their needs more effectively and help them feel safe and loved. Remember, every cry is a call for attention to a particular need. Apart from crying, babies make other sounds too. Indeed, your little one has a whole repertoire of noises that they use to communicate with you. Let's dive into the world of baby sounds. First up is cooing. This is a soft, almost musical sound that babies start to make around 2 months of age. It's a sign that your baby is content and comfortable. So, when you hear those gentle coos, know that your baby is in a happy place. Then we have babbling. This delightful chatter begins around 6 months of age. It's your baby's way of engaging with you, almost like they're having a conversation. Babbling can include sounds like ba, ga, ma, and da. These sounds are your baby's early attempts at speech, and they're an essential part of their language development. Responding to these sounds encourages your baby's communication skills. So next time your baby babbles at you, babble back. It's a great way to build that bond and encourage their language skills. Babies also communicate through their movements. Just as we express ourselves with gestures and body language, babies have their own set of movements that serve as clues to what they might be feeling or needing. One of the first things you might notice is when your baby curls up their body. This could potentially be a sign of discomfort. If you notice your baby curling up, especially before a crying episode, it might be a sign that something's amiss. They could be feeling gassy, or they might be experiencing some other physical discomfort. Another common movement is when babies clench their fists. It's a pretty universal sign of stress or discomfort in adults, and it's no different for babies. A baby might clench their fists when they're feeling hungry, experiencing belly pain, or if they're just generally uncomfortable. It's a clear signal that your baby is trying to cope with an unpleasant sensation. Babies also have a habit of bringing their hands to their face. This could be a sign of several things. If your baby is tired, they might rub their eyes or put their hands on their face. It's one of the classic signs of sleepiness, so if you see this, it might be time for a nap. However, this movement can also indicate other things. For instance, if your baby is bringing their hands to their mouth, they might be hungry or ready to feed. Understanding these movements can go a long way in helping you understand your baby's needs. It's like learning a new language, and it's all part of the wonderful journey of parenthood. So the next time your baby curls up, clenches their fists, or brings their hands to their face, you'll have a better idea of what they might be trying to tell you. Observing your baby's movements can give you a lot of insight into their needs. A baby's face is a canvas of expressions. Just like us, babies communicate a lot through their facial expressions. They may not be able to speak, but they can certainly express themselves. Let's delve into some of the common facial expressions you might observe in your little one and what they might mean. Firstly, let's talk about yawns. We all know that a yawn is a universal sign of tiredness, and it's no different for babies. If your baby is yawning, it's a clear signal that they're ready for a nap. Next, we have the ever-adorable sticking out of the tongue. This could mean a couple of things. In the early weeks, it's often a sign that your baby is full after a feed. But as they grow older, sticking out the tongue can also be a playful gesture, a part of their exploration and interaction with the world around them. What about those furrowed brows, though? If your baby is furrowing their brows, it's usually a sign of distress or discomfort. It might mean they're hungry, or they've got a gassy tummy, or perhaps they're just generally uncomfortable. So, if you see your baby furrowing their brows, it's time to do a quick check for any possible issues. Remember, every baby is unique. They might not stick strictly to these rules, and that's okay. The more time you spend with your baby, the better you'll understand their individual expressions and what they mean. It's all part of the amazing journey of getting to know your little one. As you navigate this journey, remember that patience is key. It might take a while before you can accurately interpret each facial expression. But don't worry, you're doing great, and with time it will become second nature to you. Learning to read your baby's facial expressions can greatly help in understanding their mood and needs. Sleep signs are often missed, but are crucial to understand. In the world of infants, sleep signs are subtle cues that your baby is tired and ready for a nap or bedtime. These signs can range from the obvious to the not so obvious. One common sleep sign is when your baby starts rubbing their eyes. This usually means they're tired and ready for some shut-eye. Yawning is another clear signal. It's nature's way of telling us that the body needs rest. Your baby might also become calm and quiet, almost as if they're winding down and preparing for sleep. These signs are your baby's way of communicating their need for sleep. Ignoring these signs could lead to overtiredness, making it harder for your baby to fall asleep when the time comes. Recognizing these signs can help you establish a good sleep routine for your baby. It's all about understanding their language and responding accordingly. Understanding your baby's communication can seem like learning a new language, but today, we've given you a crash course in deciphering the 18 key clues that your little one uses to express their needs. From recognizing the different types of cries to interpreting subtle movements and facial expressions, we've covered an array of signals that your baby uses to communicate. These clues are vital in understanding your baby's needs and responding effectively. Remember, being responsive to your baby's communication helps in fostering a strong bond and contributes to their overall well-being and development. It's important to note that each baby is different. What works for one might not work for another. Therefore, the secret lies in observing your baby and understanding their unique ways of communication. Remember, every baby is unique in their own way. So observe, learn, and respond to your baby's communication in a way that works best for both of you.